Hi, welcome to my channel where we provide an alternative view to the common narrative. This video is going to be very short, and what I'm requesting is some feedback on what I should talk about. Now, when I started this channel, I tried to provide, I questioned, well, the channel was called Question Everything, and basically my sources were, which I mostly read and listened to, were pro-Russians. And a lot of the commentators made a lot of assessments which I couldn't agree with. And then I had this, call it, theory that I said why I disagree with everybody and so on. And after a while, I decided I'm not going to criticize anymore. And then I decided I'd rather provide an overview of the situations of certain items in the world and provided you with an alternative view that you might consider and compare it to what these other guys were saying and what was the real situation that they discussed and what I discussed, basically. And sometimes, well, there is enough subjects that I can talk about, but I was wondering, most of these other guys bring you effectively news of what is happening. And at this stage, I'm not sure if you as the viewer would like me to address certain news events. And a typical example would be the recent visit by Macron and von der Leyen to China, where von der Leyen was totally ignored by the leadership of China. And Macron was basically a 3-day visit, talked to Xi Jinping, and then he was also attended some more other function. I'm not totally sure what type. I think the article said about tea drinking or something like that. I don't know. Any case, and it was a total failure in terms of diplomatic, and Macron tried to push Xi Jinping into a certain position and trying to admit to abandon Russia. And then Xi Jinping, in a very diplomatic way, said that yes, we will resolve China and France can resolve the conflict between Ukraine and Russia and ask for peace. So basically, he put the ball back in. Macron tried to throw the ball to Xi Jinping, and Xi Jinping, very diplomatic, threw the ball back into the court of Macron. Now, for me, this is not a big event, and this doesn't warrant a video on its own. It's like, in this case, how long did I talk? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? That's not really worth talking about. So I'm not sure if I should talk about news events. If you want to listen to news events, the Duran talks every day about various aspects, what's in the news. So if you want to have news, you can listen to them. Brian Berletic has videos mostly on the military aspects. I don't agree with him. Basically, he got stuck somewhere, somehow. I'm not going to look into Bakhmut. There's a military strategy, or what's it, that YouTube channel that talks about every day about military, what's happening on the front in terms of military itself. But that's on a day-to-day basis. For me, that is boring. And usually it's also speculations. And, well, I don't know. So what I am actually requesting now is that please, please, please leave some comments under this video. Tell me if you want me to talk about everyday news items. I can talk maybe at 3 subjects for a day or on a episode. Or do you would like me to continue talking about a general assessment or a general view of events. Typical events would be the whole battle, like I talked about Bakhmut, or the Nord Stream pipelines, or a video I would like to make about Korea, the forgotten flashpoint, or events in the Middle East, where Syria and Turkey is now setting up a meeting between Assad and Erdogan to try to resolve their differences and bring peace to the whole. What is actually happening in the Middle East is a consolidation of the Americans had a policy of typical divide and conquer. So they broke up the Middle East into various factions. And slowly now, China started with a peace agreement, or not a peace agreement, the agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran. And then we had Egypt, which is now going to go have a meeting with Assad in Syria. And Syria is going to be invited to the Arab League. And basically, the division is being erased. And it seems to me the Middle East is consolidating and re-establishing agreements across conflict lines. And that, in respect, has a huge impact on the global political scene, especially on the influence that America has. And we see also that America has already influence in the Middle East has declined considerably. Now, all that basically remains is these battle lines can be withdrawn and general agreement can be reached in the Middle East. Then the only thing left is to get rid of the American troops. But I can talk about that. That would be a different view. There's this new intelligence leak that was happening from America, but it's not enough to make a video. But it's enough to be part of a short video where we talk about the news. So what I'm actually requesting is, please, please, please leave a comment. Tell me what you want me to talk about. Should I talk about the news or shouldn't I talk about the news? If you have a Gmail account, then you are automatically registered for YouTube as well. And if you are registered for YouTube, then you can leave a comment. You don't need to specifically register now for YouTube itself. So again, I would highly, highly appreciate it if you would leave a comment, criticize my view that I'm actually talking about now. Tell me if you want me to talk about news. Tell me if you want to talk about any other subjects. And then I will see what I can do. So until next time, cheers then.